could tell me how is this interview and what things gains the asylum right. I didn't know to tell them. I just told them stories because I was thinking my situation is enough bullshit that they helped me. Okay.
And what happened after that, after you got the negative response?
I came to Oslo, living between mafia in a building in Torgata. There were toilet and bathroom for 12 animals. I lived there, I don't know, 9 times, 6 months, 8 months and 9 months. I tried to find a job. That time I was still looking like a guy, but the gay guy. I took my eyebrow, I had this line hair, I always had this line hair, and I tried to find a job, and I find a job in bakery. And also in buskery. After 10 years behind computer in Tehran. And then I went to Shaivarden. And I met Susanne for first time and Magne, I don't know if you know.
I saw them talking on the debate.
I never forget that thing. It was really different from that day. I felt like, I don't know how to say. It was so hard to believe. It's okay. No one kill you because of your sexuality. After some months, I was hanging around in Shaivarden and I was researching on myself that what is transition, how should I do it, and I understood, okay, before you become Norwegian, they don't help at all. And I understood if I don't do it, they deport me. You know what I mean?
Why?
If you don't have this personal number, you can't do transition.
Yeah, okay, but you were after you got that negative response, were you then illegally living here, or how was it?
No, you can complain. You have time to complain.
So you were appealed, and then you were.
Yeah, I didn't know. First, I met these people, and then we did a nice compilation. We complained, and but I started the mental part of my transition. I read that psychologists tell trans people, if you think you're trans, live like the gender you think you are without any changes. So I did it for 1 year with full makeup, and everyone could see I shaved today. Even I didn't shave today. I have this full makeup and full feminine clothes. I lived it 1 year, and I was in different places in Norway, because in that period they sent me to north, to there, you have no idea. And people looking at me like UFO. I was someone from another planet, and dangerous and funny. That was how I was in Norway. I felt all my life in Norway in this.
And then when you met with Shaivarden, and how that...
Yeah, they motivated me or dared me to do that. Nina was an Iranian girl, you know Nina is Nina always do something important in Shaivarden a long time.
No, I haven't been, I'm waiting still from the response.
Nina gave me my first eyeline and concealer, and I used it, and I went to this bazaar in Greenland. Oh my god, that I didn't know. You shouldn't come here. Oh, black guys, oh my god. It's, I don't know. I was doing little makeup in Tehran. Because of that, this thing happened to me. Because they sticked on my makeup, and it was during this green movement. So they had this power to do everything. They wanted just to tell me not to be like this. They hated me. It's very normal. It's the religious police. They are not police, but they have more power and everything. They don't have degree. You can see the name.
Yeah,
do everything
I can
want.
relate with Bosnia as well.
I answered them because I was so fucked up and desperate. and I didn't want to hear this shit anymore of Islam. They wanted to take me to this police base. In the way, they said bullshit and I insulted the pedophile prophet and other things, all shit I knew from Islam. They got too angry, they took me to basement of a mosque that I heard before that a lot, they rape people there. And then it happened to me.
God.
And they turned up 53 cigarettes on my body, and I was there 3 days. But the Norwegian never helped to remove the scars, they just want to remove the memory. Hey idiot, how you gonna remove the memory? I want that memory actually, because I was most a strong person in that room. I you know what I wrote here? I wrote stronger than my torturers, because people look at my scars a lot. That makes them really get back of me in Norway, you know how these people are. But hi. Situation was so bad, I had to, as much as I become more feminine, there were less job for me. So situation got so hard, I end up in the street many times, and Susanna has to rescue my ass. You know.
Yeah.
And everyone who we trust wanted to give me to have me for some days that we find a solution. That person wanted to fuck me. It was so disappointing for me and Susanne, and it happened with people from Skeivad, and that she didn't let them to come there after that. But it happened a lot. Iranian, Norwegian. Imagine it's -25 and you have no money, no place. Why? Because I can't live in North in the village. What should I do there? I was here 8 months that time, and I learned many things, and I complained on my case, and the problem was they said why you didn't tell lots of your story, and it was like people in Skeivad could understand why I didn't tell them all these things. But after that suffering, because this compilation take long time. So the second court was actually more than 2 years from the first one. More than 2 years. After 8 months and ending up in the street and crying, we complained. Nina translate all my story from Persian to good Norwegian, and I told them everything they wanted to hear. Oh, it was hard, it's hard to tell anyone these things. That I just okay, I have to tell it. Bad thing gonna happen. I told them, and there was nothing to do, just to wait. And if you have something added on the case later. Susanne called them, Udi, everyone. The problem was they sent me to North region, and it's impossible to bring it to South or to Oslo. Norway for Udi has 2-3 region. If you are in that thing, you're gonna end up on that thing, unless you're gonna come all out of system and go and live by yourself with no help.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
This
didn't know
is
that.
what they do, because they want to what is they call it in English? Uncentralized, decentralized.
Okay.
How they say?
Decentralized.
Decentralized.
Yeah.
They said we understand the situation, but we don't have any law for that. Law. This is water. You want water?
No, it's okay, thanks.
Finally, a woman, and they couldn't change my region. The only thing she could ask them to do, that not giving me a room with guys. It was too hard to make them understand. Oh,
why is it so hard? I mean, oh my god.
I was crying, you have no idea. From Iran, from my childhood, from the very like this, that I wasn't a guy, but everyone was thinking. I cried until today. I don't know if there are people on this planet cry more than me. Maybe there are some women in Middle East are slave of men all their life. Maybe they cry